I remember Burning Crusade because I stood out in like 8-degree weather in Ohio at a GameStop for an hour and a half to get that at midnight.
Damn leather wares.
What a nerd.
Straight up. Really? You just linked all the Wi-Fi spots for Dragon Con and I'm a nerd?
Wow, that is burn victim, dude. You don't even have a response for that. Stoned.
Really, nerd? Guys, here's all the Wi-Fi spots. Seriously, I searched the internet and found
We'll
out.
be able to connect here. Opie, are you taking your iPad and your phone? I'm going to take my iPad, my phone, my Apple TV. Let's see if we can get it hooked up. Because I'm an Apple guy, you know.
Hey everyone, you're listening to the second episode of the Nerd Punch Podcast. My name's Matt, and I'm joined by Dan.
Hi.
Opie.
Wiggles.
And Dave.
I can't follow that up.
Oh, I thought... I mean, that's your nickname, Dave, right?
What?
Wiggles.
Wiggles.
No.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Guys, it's good to be back. I'm glad that we're back doing a second episode. I hope everybody who listened to the first one, sir, you won over there. I hope you liked it okay. It was a little rough around the edges, and like I said, we're still knocking all the rust off. But we're excited to do it. Sorry it took me so long to post the episode. Let me tell you why. Let me start the show off with telling you why.
Because Matt is a slack ass.
Yep.
Because I am blind in one eye now. I wear an eye patch and everything.
Really?
No, but
no.
So today is Monday, August something 27th, and last Sunday on whatever a week ago was, me and my son were building Legos, and he was holding the instruction book, and I was looking down at something, and he jerked the book up real fast, and the corner where the pages meet and the staples are, he hit me right square in the eyeball, and it scratched my cornea. And apparently I got a blister on my cornea, and there was some swelling, and everything for the last week in my left eye has been blurry. And it's starting to get a little bit better now, but for the first few days, I could barely even look at a computer. Because it was so bad, because like my right eye was perfect, left eye was blurry. And like, so it just effed up my whole world, basically. I mean, I could look. It was fine if I closed one eye, but I just couldn't stand to look at a computer. I had to take a couple days off work, and it was not fun. So I went to bed early, lots, just so I didn't have to look at anything because it was driving me crazy.
Gotcha.
He's lying, folks. He really was just.
That's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
It's really, yeah, I know, it's sad, and I don't know.
That's our show.
Yeah. So anyway, I need your time and your tax deductible donation.
So what you're saying is you're pretty much worthless on this podcast because you didn't do anything the past week or so.
Worthless.
I mean, I've got some stuff.
Okay, whatever.
What do you got?
All right. Okay. All right. I'll start off. To counter Dan's iPhone games that he likes, I've been playing a couple new games on my iPad.
Ooh.
So I threw $1 at iTunes. I made it rain to iTunes, and I bought Pitfall.
Oh, cool. The old Atari game?
Well, no. It's the same name, but it's completely updated. So it's basically an endless running game now. Like Temple Run or whatever, and you have to jump over things and slide under things. You have to whip snakes.
I've heard good reviews about it.
It's actually really fun. I mean, it's definitely worth $1. The only problem is if you want to be able to continue from checkpoints and stuff, you have to use gems that you can collect through the game in order to activate them, but you have to collect so many that it takes forever to get enough. But big shocker, you can buy some gems for like $2 for 20 or $30 for $1 million or whatever.
Microtransactions rule games now.
Yes, exactly. Microtransactions. This game is microtransaction hell. So while it's really fun, if you don't want to fork over some cash, you're going to start over from the beginning, over and over and over.
Right.
Oh wow!
So a lot of grinding in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and it's the good thing is it's not the same every time. It's not the same trail or the same track every time. But and the graphics are real good. I mean, obviously it's not the best graphics on iPad or iOS, but they're updated, so it's definitely not Atari graphics. I mean, it's been updated, and it's kind of like it sort of switches from a pseudo second person at some points to like a third person temple run kind of thing. I don't know, it's fun, and my son who's 4, he can play it pretty well.
Sweet.
Because he plays the shit out of some Temple Run. He
Temple
loves
Run's
playing
fun,
that.
dude.
My nephew does that. Ethan, he loves Temple Run.
You know what? I don't
Chloe
like
Moretz
Temple
plays
Run.
the hell out of it too.
I don't like Temple Run that much.
I do. I thought it was fun.
I mean, it's okay, but it's kind of
It's
boring.
like a quick, simple game you can play here and there. You don't have to put a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
Or thought, really.
Well, while I was looking at that, in the recommended apps, it recommended Agent Dash.
Ooh.
So, which is another running game, and this one's free. So, if you like Temple Run, look at this one. It's not going to cost you anything, and it's basically the same kind of thing. You slide under stuff and jump over stuff, but it's a little bit different in that there's basically three different tracks to choose from. Like you're running down a path, but you can like swipe to the left to go to the left track, or swipe to the right to go to the right track, or you can stay in the middle. And there's constant like forks in the road, so you have to make sure to get on the right track. And I don't even know if that's the right term, but I'm calling them tracks. And you have to make sure you're on the right path, basically.
Sounds like the pornography.
I love that commercial.
Sounds like the pornography.
Well, it's funny you brought up microtransactions, dude. I think all games are going to microtransactions now. It's the best way for a company to make money. You get the game, pay a certain amount, and get to play it, or you get it for free. Take Jetpack Joyride; it's the same way.
Oh yeah,
It did cost at first, and then after 1 million people got it, they released it for free to show their love for the fans, even though all the fans had already bought it. But you can make microtransactions in that too. But I mean, even with MMOs now and everything else, it's going free to play. But people spend money on it; they make more money that way.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
it's actually pretty smart. I mean, because you get a game like Jetpack Joyride, which is super fun.
Yeah.
The game's free. You want some extra coins or whatever, so you can get the golden little stomp or whatever. So you're like, I can drop $1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if 100,000 people do that, then you've got some pretty good money. I mean, it makes sense.
What it is it's more for, they know that in their demographic there's people that love that game, like Farmville, things like that off Facebook. So the people who truly love it are going to spend a lot of money on that, which makes up for the loss from other people who just play it here and there.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I mean, we learned that at Dragon Con last year, that the game developers are like, listen, microtransactions, we make more money off of microtransactions of a handful of people than we would for like the majority of people who subscribe monthly.
Did they say that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord of the Rings, when they talked at maybe it was Gamescom or something, when they went free to play, I'm sorry, they said their profit increased by 300% the month after they dropped the free to play.
Wow.
So I mean that's pretty impressive that they can make that much money off of that.
Yeah, and I think and you guys have been playing a lot of WoW, and me and Opie had the conversation the other day about, I wouldn't mind jumping back in with you guys, but I really don't want to pay $15 a month. I mean, and we've talked about it, I think, on Geek Bits before, about like how I kind of like the model for DC Universe Online, because it's free to play, but you can buy the $10 expansions, which will get you some other things in the game and kind of unlock some stuff. So it's not microtransaction really, but it's like a tiered pricing kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was the same with Guild Wars too. I mean, the game, you paid for the game, and then it's free to play online. But they did have a lot of things that you could purchase through their system. And now Star Wars is learning that too. It's coming up in November that they're going free to play. I don't think World of Warcraft will ever do it until they finally start losing major numbers, or until their new MMO Titan they announce it and bring it out. I don't think World of Warcraft will ever go free.
And you can confirm that's its name, Dan?
No, that's their secret name for it, Titan.
Oh, so that's the name. That's the secret name of the secret name. Okay.
That's the secret name of the MMO that they're creating right now. That supposedly, hopefully, will be shown next year or the year after.
Ooh.
They'll finally give out some information about it.
Take forever.
What could that possibly
Blizzard,
be?
do it. I don't know, but it is Blizzard. I trust them a lot. I lost a little bit of love for them because of Diablo 3. I had a lot of hopes on that game being my game of the year, and it really failed in a lot of points.
Why wasn't it? Didn't that have microtransactions?
No. It's just a dungeon crawler free-to-play online thing.
Yeah.
But it failed in certain points with the affixes on the weapons, with you going through the harder content to get gear that you should have got earlier, and just a lot of issues with it. The auction house and the money auction house kind of ruining the gold auction house because of the real money auction house. Just a lot of problems. But they fixed that with the newest patch, 1.0.4 just was released, and they've done a lot of new things to it, and it's finally making the game better. But so I lost a little bit of faith in Blizzard because of that, because I was a huge Diablo 2 fan. So I'm hoping Titan keeps their, Blizzard makes AAA awesome games, so hopefully their next one will be super awesome as well. And they do something, I could see them doing something new and different with an MMO that nobody else is doing right now. Terra's got a really cool fight system in it, which is really cool, that people like, because you have to move, you have to dodge, things like that. You can play it with an Xbox 360 controller, that MMO, but it still has the grind feel with the quests. Star Wars has all the talking points and the voice acting and the story-driven kind of MMO feel. So everybody does like a little thing good, but nobody's like jumped the level up for MMOs.
Yeah, nobody's brought it all together. Nobody's really raised the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to go out and kill 10 things again to get XP or grind out, all this stuff. There's got to be a new way of doing it. I think Skyrim is a great way of doing an MMO, where it's completely open and you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you use or how you use it, because you're going to learn how to use it better.
Wasn't that the idea that Kurt Schilling was trying to do with his?
I don't know. I don't know if Copernicus was going to be anything like that. I think he was wanting to do that to make it a little more open, and I think Final Fantasy XIV tried, which they've just released Final Fantasy XIV 2.0 because it's been that bad that nobody played it, and they had to take the game down and redo everything because nobody wanted to play it. It was so awful.
Wow.
But,
ever seen Dan try to make a game?
Exactly.
Right, exactly. But, I don't know if anybody's hit. Final Fantasy did it where you put on a different weapon, you got better with that weapon. And of course, Skyrim did it. And I don't know if Copernicus was going to be that, but talks from him after their studio went over was that when they weren't working on the game, when the guys weren't working, they were playing something else. He said his game was boring. So nobody in the office was even playing it or testing it because they didn't want to play it. It was a boring game.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah. So they were doing something wrong. So the MMO thing, I don't know, it's kind of changing. I think Secret World did some cool stuff.
Yeah, I liked it.
You could put into anything. You could actually learn all 500 skills if you wanted to, which is really cool. Giving your character more openness to do whatever they want to do, even though there's quests and things like that keep you kind of storylined and on a path, but being able to create your character in any way you want, I think is a great idea for any MMO now. Being able to transfer or do that kind of thing. But, sorry, yes. I didn't mean to get us off of.
Oh, that's cool.
Get us on a tangent about that.
That was me.
Yeah, you did.
I love talking. Talking MMOs. Me and Opie got some big news.
Oh boy.
We've gotten back into World of Warcraft.
Dude, I'm telling you what. I'm ashamed if anyone's ever listened to us on this podcast. We officially retired World of Warcraft on this episode, and I think I even tweeted out once or twice, if you go back and research, that World of Warcraft was dead, and it's just pretty much sucked me in. Back
Well, Dave too. Dave's back in as well.
Just when I thought I could get out, they sucked me. They bring me whatever.
I knew you guys would never be out.
Well, I think the problem
it's like the freaking mafia.
Well, we have so much invested in it. It's like I don't want to just walk away from that. I've got now 580 characters. A couple going to be 85.
And I tried. I went to Star Wars and I maxed a Star Wars character out, and it's just, and even Star Wars, has a good place in my heart. But yeah, Did, yeah. I jumped back into it. We started reading up, and I was kind of ignorant to the fact that that when they announced that Pandaria was going to be the new MMO and like the pandas were going to be the new race. We're like, we all made fun of it, of course.
But what's funny is I was watching Twitch.tv the other night. This guy was talking about it. He's like, I don't understand why everybody was making such a fuss about everybody being a panda. He's like, you could be a cow on the Horde side, but everybody made a fuss about being a freaking panda. He's like, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be cool. And it's like, that's a good point.
Yeah. So. But it looks like this expansion is going to be just another major revamp. I mean, they're totally trying to make World of Warcraft more playable. I think the 90 limit cap is going to just like players are going to get in, and Blizzard's going to try to keep players from turning off new players by level like 1 to 90. I think they're going to like kind of dumb down the talent trees a little bit again because
I don't think it's dumbing down. I think it's streamlining.
Well, streamlining, okay.
Yeah, I put it that way. I mean, it could be to some people, to like hardcore fans, or like, you're making it now. I don't even have to pick anything. I just pick an ability. Whoop-de-doo. I get everything. It looks like you no longer even have to build into a skill tree. You just get those items now at specific levels as you level up. Mm-hmm. So there is no skill tree anymore. It's just picking a different ability every 15 levels out. So I don't know if it's dumbing down or just making your class what your class is supposed to be. Something like that. But what got us pumped about this and us talking about this was at Gamescom, the official trailer for the release of Pandaria was released. Mm-hmm. I said released a lot in that sentence.
Yeah, he did.
Released a lot. Release.
The release of the release.
The release of the release, yeah.
But it goes through, and it's a funny little video. It's lighthearted, and that's what they've said since BlizzCon, that this is not going to be a dark expansion. This is supposed to be.
It's got pandas in it, for Christ's sake. How dark can it be?
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be more lighthearted, things like that.
It's such a huge departure, though, from.
Exactly, but the way they talk is that they've like been hardcore dark, all these like the destruction of the planet every single expansion. So this one's a little bit more. There's still a war going on, and there'll be some major events, but it's more of a lighthearted expansion. So I'm with Opie. I'm not afraid to say that when I saw it, I thought it was Kung Fu Panda in World of Warcraft, and I thought it was stupid.
Yep.
But the more I've studied on it. Read about it and seen stuff and everything that they're bringing, it's just like, man, Blizzard just they bring cool stuff.
They're making the hunters epic again, and Dan's all horny about that.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm playing a priest now, and I've never played a priest. I'm having a lot of fun with
that. Opie's playing a priest, right?
No, shaman.
Yeah, Opie is healing people,
right?
And Opie's never.
That's so weird. We actually went into the dungeon the other night where I was tanking, Opie was healing,
for the first time.
Tim was DPSing. For the first time, me and Opie had switched that point, and it was just weird. And we quit. We're just like, screw this, I suck. I don't want to play it. This is dumb.
But it's funny now because I was tanking the newest instances I hadn't tanked tonight, and Tim was healing me, and I still have the heal bot up while I'm tanking, and I can just watch it light up just to kind of get an idea of what it would be like, just to see some major a major instance go down.
That's actually good. Yeah, that's cool.
It kind of
watch how the damage goes around.
Yeah, everybody said all along that if you play a class and you're really good at the class, you try to play its opposite. Like if you're a tanker, try to play a healer so you can get an idea of what each class tries to go through. I tell you one thing. Playing a DPS is about the easiest thing in the freaking game to do. Okay, so
because we're just stupid drones. That's all we are. We're just. It's like we need a tank, we need a healer. Oh, and then you can throw in a couple.
That's what got me back into it. Is like I had my original character from Vanilla WoW Day One. My rogue he was an orc on the Horde side rogue. And I quit playing him once you guys started playing when we went Alliance. And so he sit there. So when Blizzard started releasing the the race changes and everything like that, so I flipped him over to human and put him on the Alliance side. And now I'm finally actually leveling him up. And I'm like, all you do is queue up. The worst thing about being DPS is the queue up wait time. I mean, it's the worst thing. And you just get in there and you just roll your face across the keyboard.
That's pretty much it for DPS. I just found the keys and I'm like, oh, I'm winning. Sweet.
Well, what do I do? Okay, now let's go to the next one. Let's go.
Right. Nether boss? Okay, slap the keyboard. Slap the keyboard. Yeah, one again.
Loot. Okay.
Loots, man, loots.
And go over a quick synopsis what some of the extra things are coming out real quick. Don't go into detail.
Okay, well, they're having a huge patch tomorrow, and sorry to carry WoW so long, guys. My bad.
Hey, well, hold on. Before you go into that, I just want to point out that it was episode number 103 of Geek Bits, recorded on or posted on November 11th, 2011.
Wow.
And the whole episode was about retiring from World of Warcraft.
That's not too far away. I thought we had been out of it at least a complete year, but it hadn't been a year yet.
About 6 months.
Well, I think at that point you guys weren't playing hardcore, but I think you guys had been dabbling in it a little bit, and then just decided you didn't want to do it again. So we decided to record an episode about how we're done, or how you guys are done with it.
Well, I played Cataclysm. It came out at the end of 2010, and I played it for about a month and a half. And I leveled so fast with my hunter in the first week, and then was doing all the heroics and everything like that I just got burned out really fast. Mm-hmm. What's helping me this time is I'm not playing it as heavily as I did before. And I don't think it's burning me out as much. And playing newer classes helps me out a lot, too, because I'm not doing the same thing over and over again. So, and I'm seeing new content that I hadn't seen before either. So that helps out. But just a quick overview. The new patch comes out tomorrow for World of Warcraft, which is going to change everybody's specs and things like that. Like I said, every 15 levels, you get a new ability that you can choose from. You get 3 abilities. You choose one of those at that level. And then you pick a tree that is what you want to be. So whether it's like with a warrior, protection, arms, or fury, he picks that tree, and then as he levels up, as he hits certain levels, those abilities that you would put talent points into now just open up and become part of your abilities. So they just happen. So you get that. So a big change to the talent trees. They've changed Scarlet Monastery and Sholomance or Skolomance. Those are now going to be heroic 90 dungeons, and they've completely revamped them. It used to be 3 different parts. They've combined like the cathedral and the graveyard to make one area, and then the armory and the library. I'm sorry, 4 parts. Armory and library together, and they've put a lot of cool little effects in there. A new thing that's coming with the patch is AoE looting, so you can loot everything that you kill right there.
Hooray!
That's really cool. I like that. Some of the stuff coming with the expansion, you get... what was I going to say? You get scenario events where you go into a phase zone and you play out a scenario. It's like an open world dungeon type thing with some people, and you'll run through a whole storied event that happens. They're going to release the Theramore event for the Horde and the Alliance before the game comes out. They have challenge modes on dungeons, so the faster you beat it, you get a bronze, silver, or gold, which increases the loot at the end of the run, which is really cool. I'm really excited about that. Challenge modes are going to be a lot of fun for just blowing through dungeons. We get new dungeons. New
Lucky
zones.
dungeons.
Oh.
Am I right?
You could be a panda. You could play Farmville in Mr. Pandaria with the Tillers Union. There's just a lot of new stuff, really cool content. I like to explore the new areas, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But that's just some of the stuff that they're changing. But there's a lot. The pet battle system. I'm going to be a Pokemon champion.
Yes, got to catch them all.
I am. I'm going to catch every one of them. So,
speaking of catching them all, the just released now is something I got into. You guys, well, Matt did. The Mega Bloks has released their World of Warcraft line. I got.
Dave, have you seen those?
I have not. I saw pictures of them, but
man, they're pimp.
Yeah,
I went to Walmart when Opie tweeted about getting them. I went to Walmart and they were already all sold out, and I think they put them out that day. Everything was gone except for the really expensive sets, the Stormwind Deathwing set, and the Arthas and Syndragosa set.
Yeah, the Kmart and the Walmart here pretty much have everything when I go there. I got the 4. They have individually packed the main characters. There's a Paladin, there is a Orc, and there is a... there's a
Hunter slash
Druid, Night Elf, and then there's the Blood Elf. But they're all the main lore characters. I can't remember their names right off my head, but really nicely done. We are big fans of the Halo Mega Block stuff in my household. If you know anything about us or listen to us, we follow Halo and do the Mega Block thing. And Mega Block always has done good with their minifigures. They're not Lego-esque. They're more detailed and have more points of articulation. And these just take it up another level. They have removable armor pieces and weapons, and they each come with their own individual little stand kind of scene with blocks and a little flag. And I really, really like them. I'm wanting to get the next sets as soon as I can, but Santa Claus is right around the corner.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you're a good boy.
Exactly.
He might bring you some.
I'm having Santa Claus bring me expansions for Settlers of Catan. That's what Santa's bringing for me.
Well, if you're a good boy,
I hope so.
Santa might bring you some. No, I would. Well, talking about the Mega Block World of Warcraft. I mean, I don't even play WoW anymore. I haven't for a long time, but I'm big into the Mega Block. Like Opie does the Halo Mega Blocks, and I do the Marvel superhero Mega Blocks. So I've got dozen of them or so sitting on my desk right now. But when Opie tweeted that, he tweeted the I can't remember his name, but it's the elf. It's Iron Oak, yeah, hunter / druid. And we say that because the box says hunter, but he's clearly a druid, and the instructions say he's a druid. So, bad form Mega Blocks.
Take that, Blizzard.
Yeah, take that, Mega Blocks. Please send me more. But like I don't play WoW, but it's like I collect all these little knickknacks and things like that, and I just had to have the little guy sitting on my desk, with his little vignette or whatever it is. He's got his staff, and he's got his big hippie shoulder pads and all that stuff. I mean, it's just really cool. And I'm looking at him now. I don't even think I knew that you could take the armor off.
That's you can take his arm off, and you can pull those shoulder pads off and his chest piece off.
Didn't you? I really want the Arthas one because it comes with the Frozen Throne, and it comes with the Sindragosa, the dragon, the Bone Dragon. Yes. That one looks really, really neat. Yes. The Stormwind set would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a Frostworm.
Well, it is. It's Frostworm, but it's Sindragosa is a Frostworm.
Oh, Sindragosa. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
That's her name. I think she's the one you fight right.
That's what I call my penis when it gets cold outside.
Whoa.
This is a family show.
Whoa.
Not this one, baby.
Well, was.
Not this one, baby. Shoot. Speaking about games, carry on with it.
We weren't talking about games. We were talking about...
Well, we've been talking about a lot of games here in the Mega
You missed the boat. We finished talking about
I got
games.
video games to talk about.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I love, if you haven't found it yet, it's called twitch.tv. It is just something I'll put on my other monitor and just watch while I'm playing a game. Or,
and it's basically a YouTube clone, except it's all about people with nervous tics. And they just
you just see them sitting there, they shake a lot,
yeah.
And they're jumping. You're just like, come on, is he gonna jump down?
Yeah, it's really it's really just a fetish site.
You just sit there in the chat channel and type "boo" a lot, and it causes them to jump again. No, it's Twitch.tv is all about streaming video game channels, and you can get on there and watch people play a video game, old school SNES, N64, Dreamcast stuff, all that.
We watched one dude playing Final Fantasy VII.
Which is one of the greatest games ever made.
It is, but it's not fun to watch one guy.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't sit and do that. Yeah. But I've been watching a lot of and this will bring us into something that one of our buddies tweeted about. But I watch it because I've been watching DayZ, which is a mod for
He's my
Arma
favorite
2.
rapper.
He is too. Got 99 problems with the Twitch ain't one.
But it's a mod for Arma 2, and they're planning on making it standalone game because the mod has made them.
What's Arma 2?
Arma 2 is like a full simulation war game. Is what it is. It's a whole tactical. I mean,
would you like to play
the game? You
gotta
understand that this is a game where if you break your leg by falling down a hill, you have to splinter your leg with bandages and things like that because it is a full-on simulated game. So you have to eat and drink and be able to move around. If you get killed, you lose everything and have to start all over.
Well, if it's full-on simulated war game, if you get shot once in the face, do you die and you never get to play again?
No, you can start a new character, but that character's dead. You can go and loot your body later on if they haven't looted it already, but if you die, you're dead.
I've always wanted to see that game, like the most realistic game ever. You get shot once and you die.
It deletes from your hard drive.
Yeah, you can't even play it anymore.
You're not allowed to play the game anymore. But DayZ is a mod. Somebody took it and made a mod for it, and it's all about zombies, and it is this huge, massive open world. Yeah, I think it's bigger than Skyrim's world. It seems it's like double, triple its size.
Blasphemy right there from the biggest Skyrim fan ever.
You start in and you have nothing, and anything you do from sound to movement, anything like that, can get these zombies to come after you. Okay, so you have to be quiet. You have to crawl. You have to creep, right? And you have to move slowly to get through these guys because they will come after you and they don't stop coming. It's not like World of Warcraft where they drop off. They will continue to chase you.
And they run.
Exactly. You have runners, you have crawlers, you have all kinds of different types of zombies in there. But you have to try to find things so you can. It's pretty much a survival simulator. You need to go find guns, and you need to find bandages, and you need to carry wood so you can create a bonfire. Or if you kill a deer so you can get food, if it's raw meat, it attracts the zombies. So you need to make a bonfire so you can cook the food so it doesn't attract the zombies. You need to find cans of beans, and you have to find all this different stuff that you need to carry with you just to survive this world. And you start off with nothing. And now it's gotten to a point where people have clans in the game. So it's its own world working together. So this clan will take over a town, and that's their area. And most people are shot on sight by other gamers due to the fact that they don't trust each other. Because if you get killed, you lose everything. It's just gone. So you need to play with people that you trust, which I won't play with Matt Selby because in Red Dead Redemption he shot us all the time.
Oh, all the time.
It was fun.
But
so basically, it's the Walking Dead game because Rick and his crew don't trust anyone.
That's exactly right. Think of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
And if you get bit, your screen kind of dulls out because you've lost blood. And if you don't bandage yourself, you'll bleed out and die.
Don't you turn into a zombie if you get bit?
No, I don't think it'll transfer you into a zombie. It's just that you get bit, you'll start bleeding out if you get attacked, things like that.
That's not very realistic.
And the thing is, when you bandage
game.
up, you don't get that blood back. So you're walking around, you don't run as fast, you can't move as quick. So you have to find plasma or blood at the hospitals that are run down to be able to get yourself that blood back so you get your health back. Like I said, you could break a leg and you need to have wood and bandages with you to be able to splint your leg so that you can move around, things like that. So it makes it really intense. Right now it's still in its early stages, so there's issues with servers and trying to get on with friends, and there's a lot of glitches in it because it's still a mod. But Arma 2's products sold like crazy when this thing hit. And this past weekend they had a Hunger Games event. So all these characters get to go into a map that was designed like the Hunger Games, and the last one standing ended up winning and got something special or whatever. But it ended up selling like 30,000 copies of Arma 2 and DayZ mods for it. It even got to a point where Dave couldn't even get his copy right away because Steam had ran out of what is it, Dave? Of license.
CD keys.
Yeah, CD keys to get them out because they had ran out because they sold so fast. So this game is really hot right now. And it's on twitch.tv and everybody should go there and watch.
So if you're the makers of Arma 2, are you really pissed that everybody's buying your game, but they don't want to play your game, they want to play a layer that somebody else made for it? Or are you just laughing all the way to the bank?
I think you're laughing all the way to the bank.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
because it's just like Skyrim or any kind of game that allows mods. If it's good enough, you're going to add it. So this kid made a great mod, DayZ, and now they're making a standalone DayZ game. They're going to make a standalone game for itself. So the guy just gave him an idea, and they're taking that and running to the bank with it. So, and they're going to make tons of money off of it. Whether they hired the kid that created the DayZ mod, I would say they would, just for the simple fact that this is the guy who created this. It's kind of like, that search feature we saw a long time ago for YouTube where you start typing and the videos would change depending on what you were typing out. Yeah. So Google picked that kid up right away and hired him up.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with this. If somebody makes something that epic, you're going to hire them on. You want them working for your company because they're thinkers and they're making some cool stuff for you.
Well, especially if they're going to use your idea. Like if this guy created this world and then they're going to make a game out of it, surely to goodness they'd at least pay him or something.
Well, no. I mean, think of Blizzard. They have now the outfit changer built in and like tracking quests. These were mods beforehand. And modders only got donations from people if they were nice enough to give them a donation for downloading their mod. So Blizzard just picked up on something that was a good mod, and whether they hired him or not, it doesn't matter because it's not copyrighted. So Blizzard just takes the idea and puts it in their game, and then that mod's killed, and Blizzard has it in their game. You know, whether that's good or not, I mean, that's not nice to the person who created it. Or
Damn vultures.
Right. But a company sees something good, they're going to jump on it and take it for their own if they can. So, but yeah, that's my rant on twitch.tv. Please go to it. Check it out. I think you guys will like it. A lot of your major tournaments through the year, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, all that stuff, they play on Twitch. So you can see the major regionals and national championships and all that stuff on there. It's just cool. Just fun.
Watch for Dan's channel soon on twitch.tv.
Oh, gosh. Don't even talk about that. I so wish I had my own channel on there. That would be so great. You guys can see exactly what I do all day.
All day.
Oh, I know what you do all day. I don't need to see it.
Well, I don't.
I don't want to see it. Not again.
Not that.
Oh,
video game.
That is a different
That's
website.
my other channel. That's Chat Roulette.
Chat Roulette.
That place is scary. Don't go to Chat Roulette. Please
Hey,
don't.
let me tell you the Chat Roulette story about Dan one time. So this was over a year ago.
Yeah, this has been a while.
It's when Chat Roulette was huge for like the 15 minutes that it was. Dan, we were all on Skype one night, and we were talking about Chat Roulette. I've still never been there. I'm too scared to go. And Dan says, hey, I've never been on it either, and I don't really want to because, I don't want to see a bunch of penises because apparently that's what he heard it was.
That's pretty much what it was.
So he went to Chat Roulette, and so we were listening to him on Skype, but he said, no, not interesting, click. Not interesting, click. Oh, God, I'm never going to Chat Roulette again. And sure enough, it took like 3 clicks, and there was a giant dong in his face.
Right. Leo Laporte did that on Twit this week in tech. And they're doing it live, and he's like, all right, I'm going to go check out Chat Roulette. And the first click, he's like, oh, God, I'm never going to Chat Roulette again. Because if you don't know what Chat Roulette was, it was you clicked and you just randomly were webcamming with somebody. And they saw you, you saw them. So what it ended up being was, guys just showing their junk on the camera over and over again, thinking that it was going to pick up a chick or something.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you get a girl flashing her boobs or something like that.
Yeah,
but
not enough of that.
It was a sausage fest. It's pretty much.
Yeah. Why is there more wiener cams than there are booby cams on there?
Because there's a lot more nerdy single guys than there are hot chicks. So yeah, it was all wiener cam.
do.
Oscar Mayer.
Right. Anyways, so anybody else got anything? Anything cool?
I watched the season finale of True Blood last night.
Yee.
And you guys pretty much dropped off, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes,
I watched episode 2 and didn't watch it.
I think I watched episode 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Why did you guys drop off?
Because it's stupid.
It wasn't that good anymore. I didn't enjoy it. I don't know. There's so much good TV now that I see the flaws in True Blood. It just wasn't.
I got Breaking Bad. That's all I care about anymore.
American Horror
Breaking
Story,
Bad.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, buddy.
Woo, baby.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
Well,
Homeland, Dexter.
Yeah, I was going to mention Dexter too, but I wasn't too. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, and I want you guys to watch it, but I don't know. I was disappointed.
Okay,
so why are you telling us to watch it?
Because I want to hear what you guys think.
That's what I want to do. Watch crap.
Well,
Sure.
that's disgusting. Dude.
Yeah, I don't know what your fetish
First
is.
of all, I don't know where you're going to get it from. Is it going to be
You guys shut up.
You guys shut up.
I've never been emotional. It takes a lot about a show to get me to get vocally emotional about the first 15 seconds of an episode, and I was just like, "That's awesome." I was just like so pumped right at the, because Breaking Bad will start off. It'll
You're
have
talking
a
about Breaking
scene.
Bad, okay? I was like, True Blood's not that great.
Yeah, I'm not talking about True Blood. But yeah, and then so right before it goes into its intro for the whole thing, that's first commercial, I was just like, yes,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, it's so awesome.
I almost quoted that on Facebook last night, but I was like, nah, I won't.
See, I do that with Game of Thrones. I'm like, yeah, Game of Thrones, get it on.
Yeah.
I did that with the first season of Heroes a few times.
Word?
The first season only.
I did that for Lost. I was always excited for a new episode of Lost, so I could be more confused when I left. It's like, what happened?
I did it for the first episode of season 3 of Reading Rainbow.
Butterfly in the sky.
I did it for American Horror Story.
Ooh, yeah.
I did it every episode for American Horror Story.
I was just like, I'm too scared to watch it this late.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it was creepy.
The only show that ever really get me emotional is Friday Night Lights, the greatest show ever put on television.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I would.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good place.
Oh, you guys are breaking up. I think I'm losing you. I'm going to go ahead and hop off you. Okay.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys on here and you guys listening at home, I am going to work Friday Night Lights into every show.
And I am not going to be podcasting.
Every show is going to have at least a Friday Night Lights reference. Texas Forever.
Anyways, so I don't know. True Blood just faded for me. I thought it was good, and I don't know. Maybe it's just dragging on too long, and I'm not super excited about anything anymore. There were a few storylines that I thought were kind of interesting, but nothing really major that just kept me enticed. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of other TV that I like a lot more than True Blood now, so it's just kind of.
I mean, the one thing about this season of True Blood that I kind of liked that didn't even really come to fruition until near the end is, and I don't want to say what it is, but like one character that you wouldn't expect kind of goes on one path, and then the other character goes on the path that you really wouldn't expect them to go on. And I don't know, it's interesting. I like the idea, but I think the execution was kind of bad.
Gotcha.
And there's too many, like, there was too much. There was something to happen really. There was a huge build up in the season, and then it just ended abruptly in the season finale with kind of no. I mean, it was just very anticlimactic, and there's a lot of weird character discrepancies. Like a lot of people acting really out of character.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And Tara didn't die, so that just makes it
Man.
But TV shows have to remember that audiences are dumb, and we like normal, the same. When things change for us, we get scared, and we don't like that. We're just like you're saying, characters change. It's like, no, go back to what he was. Hoyt was a good boy. Yeah. I liked Hoyt, and now he's mean and angry, and he's back with his mom, and that sucks.
He's goth. He's goth Hoyt. He wears eyeliner.
He's emo Hoyt.
So I do like that Jessica, in the release of the first couple episodes, just started becoming a tramp zombie. So I'm all about that because she's hot.
Yeah. You guys mentioned Dexter.
Yes.
So did the
I didn't get that link from you. I need to see that. The trailer for the new season of Dexter.
Oh, season 7. Let me see if I still got that up. Nope, I don't.
So has everybody here seen the end of Dexter, or do they care if we talk about the ending of Dexter, or do we want to ruin it? From last season, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opie, did you watch it?
No, I didn't get to finish it.
Oh, well, I don't want to say anything.
Okay. Well, something major happens at the end of the season. Actually,
I found out he was a woman.
Yes, Dexter is actually a girl. There was some major things that happened at the end of the series. First of all, with the serial killer they're chasing, which was really cool. I was like, wow, that's awesome. But also with Dexter himself and things. And this new trailer kind of tells the story of what's going to happen in the new series, Matt, like you were saying, with the character that it's hard to explain when I'm not telling anything.
Mm-hmm.
Something happens and things are now open.
Wow.
Dang it. Anyways, the trailer follows a certain character because things are now something.
Yeah, good job. That's awful. This is the worst podcast ever.
Oh, that was terrible.
Dan, I just put the link that I tweeted out in Skype, but don't watch it now because we're recording.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Need your attention over here.
Okay, my bad.
Also, the teaser trailer for American Horror Story Season 2.
Saw those.
Creepy as hell.
Exactly. This time it's American Horror Story Asylum.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel because it's most of the same cast, but it's a completely, utterly unrelated story from the first season.
We'll have to see how they do it, because I was thinking the same thing as you, Matt. If they're using some of the same cast, it's like, well, then how are all these cast members going to be at this specific place now? So,
they're different characters and everything.
Right, see, that's what's weird. It's like, why not just go with a brand new cast? Be the one TV show that changes your cast every year.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is. You're just showing a haunting of a specific place in the storylines that go on within that. So it would need a new cast every year. So it'll be, if they can pull it off with the same cast doing different characters, then I'll be okay with it. But it'll be interesting to see how they do it.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of cool.
I mean, I'll definitely give it a shot, but I just don't know because the first season was so good and just scared me shitless until everything was finally revealed near the end of the season. And once everything was revealed, it wasn't really scary anymore. But like leading up to that and the mystery of it all, I mean, it was just terrifying.
I still got freaked out even in the last episodes. I don't like it when you have one person walking down the hallway and somebody moves behind them. That stuff creeps me out.
Oh, right.
So it got the jump scares from me, but it's not like I was creeped out the entire time.
Hey, Dan, look behind you.
Oh, my God. There's two twin redheads. No souls.
That's right, because gingers have no souls.
Talking about TV, I finished Firefly, and I watched Serenity.
Nice.
And
I wish I'd watched Serenity before we did this.
I have to say that I am sad and angry, and after I watched that show, I just needed a hug.
Yeah.
Because Serenity and Firefly are over. There is no more. It will never happen again. It is done. So there's not this part of me going, I can't wait. They may do it. They may do it. It's like, no. Nathan Fillion's doing another show. All the characters are doing all kinds of different things. It will never happen again. And I have to say, Serenity, not as good as the show. Because it takes a darker path. Because this tells the story of who that young girl is, what's wrong with her, and kind of follows that storyline. There is one epic space battle in it, though, that is so awesome. Think of, what we liked about I know some of us have watched a little bit of Battlestar Galactica and how they do their space battles, where it's pretty much just quiet. It's
right.
Like because it's space. And, you have all these ships coming at each other. Joss Whedon does a great job of that in the space battle that they have in Serenity. That is just freaking sweet. But there's a twist in it, and there's things that happen that make me so angry, and the story is darker, and they try to put some humor in it, but it just doesn't work because the story is a darker feel all the way through it. And so I don't know, as I was watching it, I was just sad and angry because there was no more coming after this. It was done. I was done with all of it. So good.
That was like the same way with me when because I had just watched Jericho.
Yeah.
And I was that way, and Slack was like, hey, you need to watch this. And I'm like, all right. So I watched it, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, why is it that I watch these shows after they've already been canceled and they're like awesome? It's like, maybe I should be watching these, but no, as soon as I start watching them on TV, then they cancel them anyway.
It's the same with Arrested Development. I think it was sad when the last episode came, even though they're going to make more. It should be out next year on, I think Netflix is doing a whole new season. But I mean, I still enjoyed the film, but knowing that was it and that's the end, that's the end that I'll ever see of this universe and these stories and these characters and all that, it just kind of puts a damper on the whole situation.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw watched the last episode of the TV series. Is just thinking, wow, there's no more ever.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't feel so bad at the end of that because it still had its quirky feel and everything. But when I watched Serenity, it's just like, yeah, this is it. This is the end. There's no more. Good movie. Enjoyed it. Same characters, same feel to an extent, even though it's a darker kind of piece, but sad through the whole thing knowing that there's no more coming. I'm sorry that I'm one of the last people to ever see any of this stuff, but
oh no,
it was really good, and I feel bad I didn't watch it on TV. Maybe if I was the extra viewer, Fox wouldn't cancel it.
No, this is Fox. They could have been making millions of dollars on it and been like, hey, I think we need more Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that it's probably better that you didn't watch it when it was originally on air because they aired it out of order and all kinds of stuff. And
yeah, I heard that.
I mean, if you go to the Wikipedia page, I went several times to make sure I was watching them in the right order, but which they have them in the right order on Netflix. But
okay, good, because that's the way I watch them.
Yeah, but I mean, I think one of the almost the last episodes was they aired near the front, and just because they, the powers that be at Fox, they said, hey, Joss Whedon, I know you created this, but we know better than you, and we know what the viewers want to see, and we know that they want to see this first. And
yeah, I don't know. I've never really gotten into a lot of Joss Whedon stuff. Dollhouse, I watched a few episodes, didn't enjoy it too much. Tim said it's great. Buffy, my brother is and there's lots of people huge fans of Buffy, but I never really got into it. But this was the first one where I was like, yeah, it's kind of campy. Not a huge budget behind it because, it doesn't look, super awesome. It looks like a Joss Whedon type show, but it was good. The characters were good, and by the third or fourth episode, you are hooked to a lot of the characters, and you know how they're going to play out. Show had me laughing out loud, had me crying. It was intense. It was awesome. It was good, and it sucks that Fox is terrible.
Well, I know you're not a Joss Whedon fan, but did you ever see that one? What was that one? Oh, The Avengers.
Shut up. I am a Joss Whedon fan. Just never really got into a couple of his shows. Okay? Became a bigger fan of him because I actually was doubting Avengers, and it was actually really, really, really
greatest movie ever created. I need you guys to help me.
Matt, you're going a little robot on us.
You are.
Okay.
I didn't hear a robot at all.
You got a little crackly there for a second.
Whatever. Stop telling lies. I need you guys to help me. I really want to watch Breaking Bad, but I'm one of the only people on the planet that has never watched Lost. I saw the first 2 seasons, but I can't remember them, so that's a wash pretty much. So I want to start one of those first. Or I want to watch both, but which one do I start first?
I say Lost.
I say Breaking Bad.
Damn it.
I say Lost.
Well, what I would do is I would do Lost. So when by the time you're done with Lost, this Breaking Bad season will be over, and you can watch the Breaking Bad without stopping until the end of it.
That's true. That's a good point. I've seen a couple episodes of Breaking Bad. I've watched the first 2, and I actually.
Holy crap! If he's going to watch if he's going to watch Lost, then he'll start the seasons of. He'll start the seasons of. Are you talking about this year or next year? Yeah. Because you realize Sunday's the last episode for this year, and then they're going to split it until the last half is next year.
Doing the same thing like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's just wanting both shows. You got at least 4 seasons of Breaking Bad on Netflix, and you got 6 seasons of Lost on Netflix.
Right, and the seasons of Lost are like 20-something episodes.
Well, to about 18. The first 2 seasons are pretty long. The third season was when the writer's strike was on, so I think it's only like 14 episodes, and then 4, 5, and 6 I think have up to about 18 episodes. Yeah, it's a long series.
It is,
but it's really good. It's really, really good. But I don't know. Lost is one of my favorite TV shows of all time, so that's why I kind of pulled to that. But Breaking Bad is a good show to jump into as well. So,
Andy, have you watched Breaking Bad?
Like I said, I've only seen the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
So, but I liked it so far. It'll be like Firefly. A few months back when we had the challenge for Geek Bits, and I watched the first 2 episodes, like, it was okay. And then I watched the third one, was like, oh my god, this is the greatest show I've ever seen.
Right.
And Breaking Bad will do the same thing.
Yeah. God, there's so much TV because I never, we watched Battlestar Galactica for Geek Bits, and I never watched more of that. And I wanted to. I want to watch Doctor Who.
I don't really want to get into Doctor Who. I'll watch the ones with the scary statues.
The scary statues, just the one
statues, yeah.
over and over and over. Well, you know what? I will never watch that again.
What was it at DragonCon? Wasn't somebody dressed up as one of those?
Yeah, I took a picture of it.
Oh, that was so awesome.
No, it wasn't. Listen, asshole, whoever dressed up like the damn statues, you suck.
Well, we're sticking with the whole TV theme here. Guess what starts when we get back after DragonCon? That is called football. And we are playing some fantasy football.
Who is?
We and Opie and Matt. I am a returning champion. from last year.
God.
And I'll
barely
probably win
beat
again
me.
this year.
You barely beat me.
Well, I had on my list, things to talk about. And I figured we'd talk a little fantasy football here. So yeah, you guys pumped about fantasy football? You pumped about the football season?
Yes.
Thank you. Good.
Yes, absolutely.
EA Sports.
Right. Is OP pumped about football? He's skipping all of Dragon Con Friday night to watch freaking Tennessee.
That's true. He's leaving us to go watch football. He could be checking out hot nerd chicks dressed as Supergirl.
Right. Priorities, man. What a not nerd you are.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Normal guy.
Yeah, you freaking muggle. Yes, I'm excited for football. It's my favorite sport to watch.
Yep.
I prefer to watch pros over college.
I do too.
I think I'm one of the few. Me and Dan.
Yeah.
I like watching pro. I like watching college over pro.
See, that's the thing. I think everybody has their preference. When it comes to basketball, I'll watch college ball
I hate college
over pro.
Yeah.
But when it comes to football, I like watching pro.
And when it comes to baseball, I don't.
Yeah, when it comes to baseball, I say no.
When it comes to baseball, I like watching anything else that's not baseball.
And when it comes to hockey, I'm like, what is that?
Right.
Matt's like, oh, baseballs. Let's watch Honey Boo Boo.
Yes.
Oh,
Jeez, I watched some of that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is Honey Boo Boo? I've never even heard
It's
of
like
it.
Dan watches it. Don't let him.
It's a spin-off of the Toddlers and Tiaras show. I guess there was one little girl called Honey Boo Boo, and they found her so captivating. I don't know if you guys heard the sarcasm.
God dang train wreck.
So captivating that she and her family got their own show, and talk about just friggin' backwoods, like,
dude. Literally, it's a damn train wreck.
Wow. Yeah, I saw a clip. Somebody had linked a clip for Honey Boo Boo to YouTube or something like that I watched, or it was like on Letterman or Jimmy Kimmel or something like that. And they were talking about it, and I was just like, wow, that girl is in for a world of hurt in her life.
yeah.
I never watched Toddlers and Tiaras either. I don't. People who put their kids through that are crazy. So.
Yeah.
So football.
Yes.
Yeah.
Football's awesome.
So I can't wait for football, and I'm very excited about fantasy football now. In years past, I've been on multiple fantasy football teams, and I think I really just want to be on one this year.
Okay.
With the one with us. I mean, like, do you guys have multiple ones? It's too much to keep up with.
Yeah, I don't. I play one. We've played OPs for what? This is the 5th year we'll be doing it.
Oh, longer than
5th
that.
or 6th year, something like that.
Jeez,
And
we were doing this. I think I don't remember when we started this. I would think I was in sixth or 7th year. I think I was down at the cell phone job when we first started up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 6 or 7 years we've been doing it, and it's always fun just to do when I am able to be there for the draft.
Yeah, that's what the big difference was for you last year, because all the years before Dan never made the draft, so he got an auto draft, and he never was like tuned into his own team. But last year he really sat up and take notice, and he won the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
So just see what happens when
I started out bad, but I started out 1-3 and then ran the table. So it was pretty sweet. But yeah, I'm really pumped about it. I always have fun playing it. Now that I'm there for the drafts, it's better because then I'm more, locked to my team. So, but yeah, I love football in general. I have a favorite team. It's the Redskins. I've been a fan of them since they won the Super Bowl in '91 over the Buffalo Bills when I was a kid. So that's been my team. That was the first time really getting into football. So I've always stuck with them. But I love football in general. It's just fun. I'll watch any teams play each other. It's just fun to watch football and keep up with everybody's stats. And, my favorite quarterbacks are not even on my team. I like Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. Those are great quarterbacks in my book. And, it's just awesome. Football rocks. Fantasy football is just one more way to enjoy it.
It adds to it. I mean, it makes watching the game more fun. I mean, sure, you're rooting for your team. I mean, my favorite team's the Saints, and I'm always wanting them to win. But if I don't know, I mean, it's always fun to check out the other players and their scores, and to know that I
can't believe you're a Saints fan after all the crap that went down last year.
It's tough.
Oh,
yeah, it's hard. Yeah, put your hit list on the board.
Right.
Yeah.
For your defense. Yeah, that's kind of shameless.
We just got to persevere. We got to work through this. Every team has their lows.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. You got to take it.
Get out there, give 110%.
Yeah.
110%. 110% right to the guy's knee.
We're gonna come together. We're gonna work hard, and we're gonna come out of this. We're gonna come out of this.
Yeah.
Because it adds bonuses to our paychecks.
That's right.
It does.
I bet other teams do it.
Oh, dude.
It's just,
yeah.
New Orleans got caught.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and what we're talking about is the bounty, where basically Saints defensive players would get paid if they could, knock out a guy or take him out of a game or something.
Yeah. There were hits on people on the field. There were always hits. So they got so much for injuring him or so much for knocking him down and doing something to him, and then they got more if they took the player out of the game and injured him. Which is that's just cruel. It doesn't matter if it's big football guys or not. You do not go out trying to hurt someone. That's just basics, man. You don't do that. That's just wrong all the way around. So I got no love for
conduct that. Penalty, 15 yards, first down.
I read an Onion Sports article shortly after that happened talking about Tim Tebow and his bounty program. And where he paid his offensive players to like every time they helped up an opposing player, he would pay them like $100 if they helped him up off the ground, or if they gave him an attaboy or whatever, or told him good effort, he'd pay him like $1,000 or whatever. So
good old
you're a
dummy.
I'm not. No, I read that.
Onion, yeah.
I mean, it was an Onion Sports thing, obviously, but I'm not making it up.
The Onion.
They made it up, not me.
So yeah, somebody else already made it up.
So what do you think about old Tebow playing over for the Jets? Is he going to start? Is Sanchez still on the team?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to play, but he's playing like punt cover and situational things. It's more publicity than it is anything. Kind of to push Sanchez.
Who was it at work? Josh said, "Yeah, Jets haven't scored a touchdown at all preseason." I said, "Wow, so their record's still going from last year. They didn't score any then."
Yeah. Talking about not impressed with Mark Sanchez at all.
Thank goodness you took him in the draft. This is a good call.
I didn't keep it getting this year.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm picking kickers first. That's where I'm going. That's where the points are.
Shut up.
All kickers. So anyways, now that we've completely crashed the show here, anybody got anything else cool that happened to him this week, or are we good to go?
Yeah, like Obi said, I was kind of useless because of my eye, so I didn't spend a lot of time on the internets. I didn't even read any comics. Oh, you know what happened to me last week?
I
turned 33. I turned 33.
Hey!
I had a birthday.
And you had your 1,000th comic on Comixology, too.
Yeah, that was on Sunday. I bought my 1,000th comic on Comixology.
What a waste. When you could get them from the comic book shop.
He'd have a lot of comic books laying in his basement.
Oh, my goodness. 1,000, dude. You bought 1,000. Well, that's your thing. You're a comic book guy.
It's my thing. I mean, how much money has Dan spent on video games?
Oh, I don't know.
How much money have you spent on video games that you've never played?
How much money have I spent on porn?
That's Dave's thing.
There you go. I mean, Dave.
That's money on porn. That and Grim Fairy Tales because it looks like porn.
Right.
I have a lot of Grim Fairy Tales. I missed a damn auction, too. Mike Boffo's original drawings for one of his pieces went up on auction, and I was up to, I think it was $570 that I had bid on it, and I got sniped, and I lost it. I was so pissed.
Freaking snipers.
Boom, shakalaka.
Yeah. And it was one I really wanted to. I was like, ah!
That's another thing in DayZ you have to watch out for, snipers.
Yeah.
They'll take you out. They'll drop you.
Hey guys, Guild War 2's come out tomorrow.
Yep.
Ooh, Madden comes out tomorrow. Ooh, football.
I know what I won't be playing.
Yes,
you know I've got Madden 12 for the PS3. I got it on Black Friday last year.
Right.
I still haven't opened it.
Hey, by the way, if anybody wants to beat me in Madden, because I'm going to be terrible, my gamer tag's Blingy, so just hop on there, send an invite, and you can whoop me. So,
why are you going to get it if you're not good at it?
Because I won a football game. It's football. I'm playing football.
Football.
Why are we even talking about this? It's practice.
Practice. I mean, it's not the game. Games, practice.
Football.
We don't talk about practice.
That's why we play football.
Yeah, that's Dan's version of watching game film.
There you go. I just played Madden and was like, wow, the Redskins are going to lose by 78 points.
Wow.
With the teams I played. I'm scared because Josh is wanting to do the league thing with me and Opie, and he's really good at football games.
Oh, Opie, if I get it, are we going to create the Dillon Panthers?
Sure, if you want to.
And I am going to crush them every time.
By the way, the Dillon Panthers, for those who don't know, they're the football team from Friday Night Lights, the greatest TV show ever. Just want to let you know.
I swear I will.
All right, guys. Well,
let's call it a show.
Yeah, let's call it.
And we appreciate everybody for listening. You can go to nerdpunch.com and find the episodes there. You can go to... Is it going to be on YouTube again, Matt?
Yeah, I'll put this one on YouTube. Of course, you already know that. If you're listening to this on YouTube right now.
YouTube.com/nerdpunch.
Yeah. There will be... Here pretty soon, there will be an iTunes link. I promise.
Word. You can email us at nerdpunch@gmail.com if you guys got stuff you've been doing. And of course, go to the facebook.com/nerdpunch page. Go there, check it out, add some stuff. We'd like to talk about things that are going on that you guys are doing, right along with what we're doing. Of course, you can follow us at nerdpunch, or you can follow us individually. I'm at DC Hooper.
I'm at Matthew Selby.
I'm at Opie Online.
And I'm Dave Witt.
There you go, guys. And as always, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week. Later.
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.